Hey socialites, welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm Ariell. I do mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and lifestyle. So if those are the type of videos you enjoy, I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button and come join the family. So today's video is going to be one of our favorite monthly videos, which is November's makeup tray. So this is a tray that I create every month to help me be more intentional about using some of the products I have in my collection. Some of these items I've put on the tray because they're seasonal, maybe some colors that I want to use during the holiday season, or maybe some more hydrating products that work better for my skin in the cooler months. Some of them are new products that I just want to get to learn a little bit better. So hopefully this video inspires you to pull out some of those beauty products that maybe you hadn't used in a while, or maybe even inspire you to try some color in the month of November. So let's jump right into it. So I'm going to start off with the primer, which is the Refy Face Primer. It's the Glow and Sculpt Primer. I hadn't used this in a while. This is one of those hydrating primers. It comes in a roll-on form. Hopefully you guys can see this. It's sort of a gel-like consistency that's clear. I usually pull it out during the cooler months because it is a little bit more on the hydrating side, but it does help my makeup to last at least 2 to 3 hours longer. The next primer is another hydrating primer, but it also plumps. This was on last month's tray as well, but I didn't get around to using it. It's the Lawless Forget the Filler Primer. It hydrates, plumps, and smooths. And this one's more like a gelatin type consistency. Moving on to foundations, I've already started using some of this makeup from the makeup tray. This is the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation, and I'm actually wearing it today. I wore it on a previous video this month. It does give full coverage, and it gives like a soft matte finish, which I like. One thing about this is I realized it's a foundation I need to sort of bring down on my neck a little bit because there's a difference in the finish of it. To me, there's a noticeable difference between the finish of it and the finish of my neck. So I like to bring it down a little bit, and that way I like it a whole lot more, but it's gorgeous. The last time I wore it, I think like last week, I was taking pictures while I was out, and I really like the way my skin looked, and it's pretty long wearing. Laura Mercier Real Flawless Foundation. This is another foundation I had on last month's tray, but I only got to wear it, I think, once. I did wear it on yesterday's video. This is actually one of my most loved foundations. It's on the more hydrating side as well, so it's one that I pull out in the cooler months. The color matches so great for me. You guys are probably going to see a theme of more hydrating products on the tray this month. This is the Estee Lauder Futurist Skin Tint Serum. It's a serum-based foundation that's packed with skincare. It plumps a little bit, really good for mature skin, very smoothing. The color matches me great as well. I like this one. It gives you sort of that really hydrated, youthful look to the skin. Moving on to concealer, I have two. The one that I use today is the Natasha Denona Concealer. This is another hydrating concealer that's full coverage. I added this to the tray just because I want to use it a little bit more. It's one of those concealers that I really like, but because I typically stick to my like top 2, top 3 go-tos, this one doesn't get enough love, but she's great. And the second one that I have is a newer one that I just picked up during the sale, which is gorgeous. I wore it for the first time yesterday. It's the McGrath Labs concealer, and this was recommended to me by quite a few of you guys in the comments, and for good reason. You get amazing full coverage that looks so smooth and natural. It's just like what under eye, just blurs, and it's very smooth. I could see this formula being a foundation. I actually like the concealer better than the foundation. Has a lot more coverage than the foundation too, which is interesting. I think they really should take this formula and make a foundation out of it, but nonetheless, she's on the tray so that I could get to know this product a little better. Moving on to cream bronzers or cream contours, they're more so like cream bronzers on me. The one I'm wearing today is the Juvias Place Cream Bronzer in the shade Amber. This is one that I just don't use enough, so it's on the tray. There is a little bit of sparkle in here, very little. I feel like it doesn't really show up on my skin that much. In the sun, it does look a little bit radiant, so if you have textured skin, you may not love this, but I'm not sure. If you have textured skin and you use this one, let me know in the comments what you think about it. But it's really smooth and creamy, as you guys can see, so she needs to get used more. I might even put this on next month's tray. And then this one's a new one to me. It's from Dominique Cosmetics. I was recently gifted this at a YouTube event. It's her cream bronzer in the shade medium tan. Now I do feel like I could have got one shade darker than this to work a little better, but I'll try it out and see how it works because I hadn't used it yet. So she's on the tray so we can figure out what we think about it. So moving on to setting powders, I do have 3 this month. LYS Loose Setting Powder is back on the tray. Now this was on last month's tray. This one's in the shade Translucent, but I only used it like once or twice last month because the Makeup by Mario, the new Makeup by Mario Loose Setting Powder sort of took over the whole month for me. So this is on the tray so that I could use it a little bit more, but so far I'm really liking it. And the last 2 are from Huda Beauty, the Easy Bake powders. One's the Easy Bake and Snatch powder in the shade Cherry Blossom from Huda Beauty, and I rarely get to use this one. That's why it's on the tray mostly. But interesting, I like to set my under eye areas or like my highlighted areas with this first, like the pressed version, and then go over top with the loose powder. So I have the small version of the loose powder, and this one's in the shade Peach Pie. The Huda Beauty powders are excellent, by the way. It's hard to tell which one I like best, this one or the one size powders, but I use the one size powders more, which makes me think I like them more, but they're both flawless, you guys, both excellent powders. So I do have the Hourglass powder on the tray this month, just launched this year, and you guys, I don't have much experience with it at all, so that's why it's on the tray, because I kind of want to learn it a little bit better. I did use it on my face today. It's the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Press Powder. So the couple times that I have used it, I thought it looked nice. I used it today. I think it's beautiful. I used a big fluffy brush to apply it, but then I also used this little pad that came with it to sort of stamp this area, and I like the way it looked better that way. I also used it like right here with the pad. It's a beautiful powder. It's not too heavy at all, so we're going to use this more this month and formulate some more thoughts on it. I have 2 blushes on the tray, which are blushes that I'm very familiar with, that I really love, but I don't get to use them as much as I would like, so they're getting used this month. The first one is the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush in Love. This one is iconic at this point. It's a beautiful terracotta shade that is super pigmented, and it just gives me the most perfect flush of color on my skin tone. Super popular and for good reason. And then the Pat McGrath Labs blush, which is one of my favorite blush shades and formulas. Excellent. And it's in the shade Paradise Venus, which is also a terracotta shade that I really love. Such a smooth formula. I do have 2 eyeshadow palettes on the tray this month. First eyeshadow palette is the Juvias Place Culture 2 palette, which was gifted to me from my girl Michelle. If you haven't seen her channel, I'll put it right here to check it out. Her eyeshadow, makeup in general, but her eyeshadow looks are like incredible. And she sent this over, and I finally got to use it today. We've been so busy with the surrounding the sale, but I finally got to try it out today. This beautiful like hunter green shade. Look at the colors. Are these not stunning? So I used this shade on my lid, and then I used this shade in my crease today. And when I first got it, I thought, this would be more so like a summer palette, but no, there's so many shades that you could use just for really any day. I think. So this would be like a year-round palette in my opinion. And if you know anything about Juvias Place eyeshadows, the quality is 10 out of 10. These palettes really inspire me to do my makeup. You know, when you see all the colors and you swatch them and the pigment is excellent, it just makes you want to play in makeup. So this is a brand that I've never tried before. One of the socialites recommended, she's been recommending it for a while, and I finally picked up a palette. It's a eyeshadow company or a makeup company called Sydney Grace, and it's in a collaboration with the Fancy Face, which is a YouTuber. And the name of the palette is Tropicolor, and it also has some fun colors in here. And similar to the last palette, I feel like this one has a few of the shades that's in that Juvia's Place palette that I just showed you guys. But I do see some shades that I could use, you know, this month. So this one's on the tray to test out some of these colors and the quality, because I've never tried this brand before. So comment down below if you've tried the brand Sydney Grace. During the holiday season is typically when I wear highlighters the most, like those strobing highlighters where you literally see like that ding on the cheek. The majority of the year I like it to be really subtle, like just like a warm, soft sheen. But holiday season, we sparkle. So I've pulled out my Rare Beauty highlighter in the shade Flaunt. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? So buttery soft. And also the Sephora Collection Colorful Luminizer. This one's a little bit more subtle, but it's so beautiful. And I really just need to use this one more. I feel like I use my Hourglass one so much. This one doesn't get enough attention. It's in the shade Blinding Bronze. Swatch it. That's what that one looks like. So that's the Rare Beauty, and that's the Sephora Collection. So I do have one mascara on the tray, and this was sent over to me from Lancome, and it's the Hypnose Drama Mascara. So I'm actually wearing it today, and I like it. I did end up putting lashes on because I felt like it worked better for the eyeshadow. Looked like the smoky, like the deep, darker color. I felt like it needed some lashes, but I could get away with the just mascara because that's what this was given, which is drama, and I do really like it. I have 3 lip glosses on the tray this month, and the first one is from Patric Ta. I think this was a limited edition shade from last holiday season. It's the Plumping Gloss in the shade Headliner. It's the one I'm wearing today. This is the only lip product that I have on today. This is like super intense in the plumping, like how the mintiness, it's borderline burning. Okay, my lips definitely look a lot more juicy than what they were before I put it on. If you've ever tried the Too Faced Extreme, like those extreme plumping from Too Faced, that's like what this is giving, like extreme plumping. But I love the way it looks on my lips. And I have 2 glittery glosses, and so this first one is from Mary Kay. My aunt sells Mary Kay, and I got this from her I think last year. This one's in the shade Berry Dazzle. This is definitely on the tray because to me it gives holiday vibes. Not only the beautiful like burgundy wineish color, but the beautiful sparkles that it has in it. A company called Formless Beauty, this was like I think during the summer, sent me over a few makeup products, and one of them was this gloss. It's like a glittery gloss that is so beautiful on the lip. It's in the shade Bliss, and we're bringing out glitter this month, so I knew we had to add her. Let me show you guys what it looks like. It's here. So it's clear with glitter in it. Perfect topper for any lip combo. I do have some tools on this month's makeup tray. This might be the first time I've ever added makeup brushes to the tray, and I've been dying to get my hands in these, y'all. BK Beauty sent me over quite a few makeup brushes, and I did purchase some too, and I've gotten them mixed up, you guys. When I did the the big PR haul and showed you what I got from the YouTube event, there was also a Pkwy brush set in there, but I recorded it and I didn't even have it in there and didn't get to show it to you guys. It was over here in the studio and I just got all the brushes mixed up. So they sent me some and some are for me, but nonetheless, we're gonna check them out this month and see what we think about them. Now, when I posted the reel, so many of you guys said y'all like the brushes. Some of y'all said y'all wait on the sale because you like the brushes, but you rather get it at a better price. So this is gonna be my first time trying them. So I have the Holy Grail Trio. So I think these might be their signature brushes, I wanna say. And it comes with these three. So this is like a concealer like brush, and these handles are beautiful. And then it has this sort of foundation like brush that looks very similar to the concealer brush, except much larger. Hairs feel amazing and they're very densely packed, but not so packed that it gives stiff, like it's soft enough. And then look, an in-between size here that you could probably use this for foundation, or you could use this to probably do like cream blush or cream bronzer, cream contour. So I'm excited to try these out. We're gonna put them right here in front of me. So they definitely sent this brush set over. Has 4 eye brushes in here. So I thought let's add some face brushes and then some eye brushes too, especially since I have these cool eyeshadow palettes to play with. Oh, they have this secure in here. Yeah, they're like really in here. So the 209 looks like a small shader brush. So we can use this to pack color, especially if you have little small lids. That would probably be great for you because it's on the smaller side. And then the 211 is like a fluffy blending brush, but it's on the skinny side, so you could probably do detail work with this one. 210 brush is a pencil brush, so I'd be using this to smudge liner or smudge eyeshadow. And the 212 is a larger size eyeshadow blending brush that you could use to blend the crease or really blend any eyeshadow color. Last 2 items are setting sprays. So the first one is the Juvias Place Ready Set Sealed Setting Spray. I got this during the summertime, you guys, and never really used it. So that's why she's on the tray, so we can kind of get to know this product better. And then I have the Makeup by Mario. This is a new product. It just launched like a couple months ago. Whenever the powder came out, this launched with it. It's the soft setting spray. It's supposed to be a 16-hour spray. So I've worn this a couple times this month, and I feel like the way it melts the makeup into the skin is beautiful. Although I'm not sure about the longevity. So we're gonna test that out a little bit more, because typically a setting spray that melts the makeup into the skin and just makes it look sort of, one of the socialites said it makes her makeup look sort of lived in already. That was the most accurate description of what this does. It just sort of melts everything in. Sort of reminds me actually of the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, how this just sort of melts everything into the skin and just gives it that plushy look. But typically a spray like that doesn't give you the longevity. So we're gonna kind of see what this is giving a little bit more this month. And that's it for November's makeup tray, you guys. We have one more tray for 2024. Can you believe it? So comment down below, let me know what are some products that you're putting on your makeup tray this month. Everything I mentioned in today's video, I'll have linked down below in the description box, or you can click on that YouTube shopping tab on the screen to learn more about these products. If you're new here, welcome. I would love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. 'Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love, 'cause too fresh with the scars.